Welcome to the Friday night show. Would our host sign in, please? Our host tonight is Mr. Peter Gregg, and here he is. Welcome, 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 coast to coast and around the world. How is everybody? It's cold here. Actually, it's cold for me. A lot of you guys would laugh and go like, I'd go outside in a t-shirt and shorts with that kind of weather. Well, you go right ahead. I can't do it. I just can't do it. It's actually colder here than it is in San Antonio, Texas. What is up with that? I want my money back. So basically, you guys that were here last week, or maybe when Luis was here, Mr. Camera Junkie, know that I have changed basically all the cameras in this room except one. If I can get this jacket to look nice. Should I put that up like that? Does that look cooler? Yeah, that looks better. Okay. This is the fashion show, the Peter Gregg fashion show. So, welcome to a Friday night. We are actually moving into the new year. I'm moving up my chair. I changed chairs because the other one is not very comfortable. So I'm trying to get more comfortable. And, all right, so see the tree? They have trees that are on sale for clearance. So there's like a $400 tree that's on sale for $95. So basically you guys decide, all right, use the links below, get an Amazon gift certificate. And if you think I need to add another full tree where that chair, see that chair is sitting there? Or we'll move this tree over to where the chair is, because it's really a small tree. I'm used to having a grand tree, a really big grand tree. Okay, so I'm thinking, since we have the whoops, what are we doing here? Oh yeah, this is the ZV1. Can you believe it? Look how nice it looks. It's the ZV1 Mark I, not even the Mark II. Although I did take the ZV1 Mark II for New Year's, and the room was very dark because they had the baby come in. And when the baby came in, they actually dimmed the lights because he's very sensitive to lighting. I guess babies are sensitive to lighting. I don't know how all that works. You guys that have had children, yeah, I'm diddling with that. I'm trying to put it where it belongs and then lock it down. So there we go. All right, so this is the ZV1. It's where the Lumix used to sit. Remember, the Lumix would sit here. This chair feels like it's facing the wrong way. Okay, that's better. I can actually lean back. It's a cushioned chair. I'm not sure, but I think Sly has one like this too. And I'm wearing a jacket because for us it's cold. How cold is it, Peter? Well, let's find out. I know you're going to laugh. I don't really care. If I'm cold, I'm cold. All right. So the low tonight is going to be 49, and right now it's 58. 58's not that bad, but this room got cold, and you could feel it when it gets cold. Okay, so that is what I'm thinking. So let's see. We got a jingle here. Okay, so let's see if I can accommodate. I don't know if I can accommodate. Hold on, Carlos. I see you. But he wants to come in and say, well, at least you're not mad at me. I mean, you have so disappeared. You have so disappeared that I was wondering if you were mad at me or not. So what I need to do is unplug this and plug the headphones into the right hole. It's always better when you get it in the right hole. Peter, be a good boy. I found the right hole. I wasn't kidding. I needed this hole. Why are you scolding me? I needed this hole. Okay, so I need to plug that in. I haven't had a guest in here in so long. It's been so long. Okay, so I need to get up. Yeah, this chair is not on wheels. So hold on, because I'm tethered. The mouth is moving, but we're not plugged in. Now we're plugged in. You can hear me. Okay, so let's put Carlos on the right and I'll be on the left. So this way, if I look over here, but I can't do it here. I have to do it here. I will learn. Okay, so let's see what camera we're on. Okay, so we're on that camera. Now I can add Carlos on the right. And there he is. The magnificent Carlos.
All right.
I don't know. Do I have my volume on for you? Yeah, I think I do. Interview guests. Yeah, try saying hi, Carlos.
Hey, what's happening, everybody?
I see your lips moving, but I don't see the sound coming out.
Okay.
Oh, that's because I don't have my earbuds on.
That's probably a good idea. Yeah, it's probably a good idea.
Oh, wait a minute. Now I hear you. You're in this ear right now.
I'm in your ear.
Get out of my ears.
I'm in your ear.
I just took a shower and cleaned my ears. What are you doing in my ear?
Well, finally, I was telling you, man. It's about time.
About time I clean my ears? How did you know I had dirty ears? Have you been doing an ear exam?
Yeah,
okay.
We need to, yeah. Hey,
All
Peter.
right.
Happy
hey, how you doing?
Man.
Happy 20. You're absolutely right. I just don't know which camera I'm on. All right, so I'm on the I'm on the ZV1, the all-in-one little pocket camera that goes in your pocket.
There you go.
Man. And it's not even the Mark II. It's the Mark 1. Mark 1.
Beautiful. The Mark 1.
The Mark 1. Okay, so I think I can move myself around so my head's not off the screen. There we go.
Man.
And should I make you bigger so you don't look small?
You know, you can do whatever you want. I'm just here for a few minutes because I'm between clients. It's late. It's raining. I'm in my office, obviously. But I wanted to just pop on for a minute because it's New Year, and I wanted to just kind of say maybe a word of encouragement, to everybody out there. And
that's true, especially if you guys are feeling. All right, so there's Carlos.
Yeah.
By the way, I have many times said I think you have the best set on YouTube, on the YouTube. It's just so class. It just needs a little bit more light, but maybe it's the way you like it. No. It's
When I record, this is what I have, right? But this is what I do when I'm with clients. I'm right about here with clients. See?
Yeah, now we could see your face. Dark, the darker look
right here. Because what I do on my videos, I record it about lower level, and then I kind of tweak it a little bit in Final Cut. So I do a little bit. But when I'm with clients, I mean, this is probably why it's so easy for me. And maybe I would encourage everybody to think about this. Maybe everybody's way ahead of me here, but like you have all your stuff set up. All your gear set up so that you come in, turn it on,
and go.
Not mess with it.
Yeah. And even with that, I make mistakes, believe it or not.
Even with that, right? Even with that. But we limit so many of them, don't we? Last year was one of the first years that I've ever, I've ever done that. And it made a huge difference in the ways that I was able to be efficient and produce a lot more videos, because where I'm sitting right now, I decided I'm going to set up my camera in a way that I can talk with my clients and also record my videos at the same time. I don't have to do any kind of setup, you got different kind of setup, So this
you're making
really
3 points right now. Number one, you're telling me that you have a setup that stays for the moment, is dedicated. Yeah. That's the best word to go.
Yeah.
Okay. So we have a set that's dedicated. That's number one. Number two, it's multi-purpose. Yeah. You're talking to me. You're doing YouTube. You're making videos. But you also engage with clients. I'm guessing on Zoom is probably.
Yeah, this is the virtual. I mean, it's so ridiculous, over the top for my clients. I mean, come on. Okay. I mean,
do most of them are able to handle it?
I mean, they're blown away when they come on. Of course, all of my clients, especially my new clients, when they come on, they don't think the background is real. That's for sure. They think that's fake.
It's green screen.
Everything is just kind of wild to them, because this is such an over the top. Whenever they do telehealth with anybody, it doesn't look like this. And so,
have you watched Sly's show lately?
Yeah.
Like last week?
Yep.
All right. She has added a clock on her wall. And it is actually, your eye goes there because you're looking at the time that you're in.
Yeah.
So where your lamp is, or you'll have to design it. If you put a clock on the wall, it's live. You can't green screen a clock, I don't think.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's just an idea. If that bothers you, if it doesn't bother you, have a banana split and the hell with the rest.
Well, I mean, I'm just hoping everybody is feeling, I don't know, as encouraged maybe as I am coming into this year. I mean, look, I always say this. I have a lot that I could complain about. I really do, right? I have a lot I could complain about, but I just choose not to.
Can I start listing it for you?
Yeah, exactly. I just choose not to. That's all. But
does it start with taxes? I have been urging Carlos, in love, of course. You can't meddle in somebody else's life, especially across the country. If you're not willing to put up, then shut up. But I've wanted him to move out of California for so long now, because I think he's just getting financially molested. Okay, the guy doesn't make a lot of money because he has so many gratis clients. He's got such a big heart. He did a thing when I was in court with me and my brothers that were on the receiving end of the suit, and Carlos said, let me have a little chat with you guys. And we got on the phone, and he never charged us. I mean, he sent us a bill for $3,000, but we never paid it. Now it's in collections, and they, can you send a check in today?
Yeah, that's right.
Yes.
No,
he didn't. I'm joking.
There's a lien on the house. There's a lien on the house.
Yeah, right. There's a lien on the house. I'm joking, guys.
A couple of cameras soon. I'm expecting a couple of cameras. So.
You need to hear. This is not big news, but it's interesting news. There's not a single camera on tonight that has been in prior shows from 2 weeks ago past.
Really?
I sold the Nikon Z6 Mark III. Okay.
Wow. Really?
What else did I sell? Oh, so this is what happened. I put up the R6 Mark II for sale.
Okay.
No, I didn't. What did I do? Oh, I put up the A7C Mark II for sale. And then I had a brilliant in the middle of the night moment. Well, would you rather have the A7C Mark II, or would you rather have the R6 Mark II? Now, each man would have a different answer. Like, I know you're a Canon guy. All right, but I would have preferred to have the A7C Mark II over the R6 Mark II. Plus, there's an R6 Mark III coming out, so the value is going to go down on that camera, and when that comes out. So I just put up the R6 Mark II for sale, and it popped, and the A7C Mark II is still for sale. I might get an inquiry once a week. Anyway, so the R6 Mark II is gone, and the A7C Mark II has taken its place.
Okay.
The Lumix is sitting behind me on the table because I just took pictures of it. That's my production table. And I put that up on, or I'm going to put that up on Marketplace.
Okay.
I need to pay down the credit card debt because my credit cards won't open until I pay it. Okay.
Yeah.
So, and then over here is, believe it or not, I confiscated the Olympus EM1 Mark II. How old is that camera? 10 years old? 8 years old?
Oh my gosh, at least
From,
8. Yeah, maybe
I brought that
10,
in from the kitchen, and I put it where the Z6 Mark III is.
Wow.
So the only original camera that I have is stuck up on the ceiling, and that is my Carlos cam. You know, I'm so impressed with your handwriting and your pad. So I have a Carlos pad. So at the opening of my show tonight, I said, will the host sign in, please? And then I signed my own pad.
I love that you've introduced that.
Conceited.
I love that little pad. That little pad is cool. That's cool.
I think it's the greatest things in sliced bread, and you originated it. Okay.
Yeah.
So what else is new over there? How's your wife?
Oh man, Meg is doing amazing. You know, I'm going to be introducing her soon. First of all, she's starting her own channel.
Will it be revolving? I know she specializes in teas and tea ceremonies.
Yeah, so she's going to be, you know, talking a little bit about that as, you know, as her art craft. You know, obviously it's very in depth. You know, her tea stuff, her Japanese tea ceremony. But you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to be having her. I'm going to record her for my channel in a couple of weeks, because one thing I haven't done for my channel is I haven't dropped the real influence behind it all, and it was her, and it was her creativity really as well. And so her kind of Bushido philosophy is really about what I've learned from her and the way that she does the Japanese tea ceremony. So I'm going to bring all this stuff together in one of my videos, and I think it's going to be really fun. But she's doing great. You know, she's excited about a new year as well. You know, like I said, we're choosing.
Quite a while ago, she was extra nice to me. So I hold her highly in my thoughts, highly respected in my thoughts.
Yeah.
And
she's it's not easy to not like her. She's just the sweetest person I've ever known. She's just, everybody who meets her is just totally just falls in love with her. So,
if you need a guest, I'm available. If she does something and she wants a guest, I probably will be the worst guest ever. But hey, I have a good time with her every time I interact with her. So,
she's,
you know,
she has a ways to go, like maybe some of us do. Meaning, she really struggles with being in front of the camera. You know, she struggles all that stuff.
Does she really?
You know, my gosh, yeah, totally. So, you know, she's, you know, what's so funny? I have to tell this story to everybody. My wife is a linguist.
I'm just flashing the things on the bottom.
My wife's a linguist, so she knows Mandarin, Korean, Japanese, and English, and she writes them all. She speaks them all fluently. Ooh. And it's so funny, when we were talking about her starting a channel, I've never done this before. I don't know anybody who struggled this way before, but the problem with her starting a channel was, what language does she want to do?
Oh my God. I hear 2 channels in the making. Never mind one channel. I mean, and blow her mind, you know?
She wants to connect with the Japanese community, but then she does the Mandarin, the Chinese community, but then she can do the Korean community. And then of course she could just speak English if she wanted to, right? So we were kind of going back and forth, but Peter, the reason I wanted just to say hi today.
Oh yeah, I cut you off every 2 seconds. Go ahead.
Well, it's you know what, I just recorded a video right before I came on. I recorded something.
Oh, you did? Okay.
And I feel really strongly about it, and that is just, you know, trying to, you know, as creators, as us maybe trying to stay more on the offense than slipping back on the defense with our, you know, with our common struggles that we have that come up over and over again, procrastination, or, you know, self-judgment, you know, or catastrophic thinking, or just the overthinking, avoidance, whatever it is, perfectionism. We tend to fall into these traps. And I really want to encourage everybody to try and kind of push through some of these things more sooner than later this year. Like this would, I would say a goal would be a good goal for the rest of the year. Yeah, I got to turn on my.
Do you really have one?
It's not a fog machine. You know what it is. It's a, what do you call it? It's a.
No. Oh, the thing that humidifies the air?
Yeah, the humidifier. That's what it is.
Yeah, and somebody told you there was somebody told you there was a fire starting over in the corner.
There you go, Randy. Just for you. You should be able to see it in a minute.
There you go.
But I just thought that I just wanted to encourage everyone maybe who's maybe still struggling on the journey of establishing their channel. That's really what I wanted to confront, and just.
I can pop in 2 cents here, where you're worth $500. I'll put in 2 cents. What really turned things around for me, because I was falling in a hole. I'm still partially in the hole.
Yeah.
I don't have an enthusiasm for it, but when I respectfully or responsibly adopted a saying, and I was just telling Mr. Camera Junkie, Luis, he was here the other day. He popped in to say hi with Aiden, and they came and they visited me, and I recorded a little bit. I think we went live. Yeah, we went live. I can't even remember now. But anyway, I adopted a saying towards the channel, and I'll give you an explanation to go with it. And I should make it a sign that goes on the wall, and it's I don't care. Okay? But I don't mean that in an irresponsible way, obviously. But I won't do a show if my hair isn't right. I won't do a show if I've got a little buzz going on my face, or my dark spots for my age start to show up, and I get or I'll record it and it didn't sound right or didn't look right, and I have to apply the I don't care. And this actually didn't come from, but was birthed from Randy, because Randy says, stop messing around so much with the equipment and make some videos and put them up. It doesn't have to be perfect.
Yep.
So the only way you can get that through to me is say, well, I don't care if my hair wasn't good tonight or at that time. Sly gets a baseball cap, and I have one. I just hate wearing them because all the thugs wore baseball caps when I was growing up in the 60s and 70s. So to me, it's not a positive thing. Now it's a fashion statement. I mean, you guys know that I have a friend that's staying here named Marlon. He's got baseball caps that are over $100. What the hell? I buy a lens for that, a couple of those caps. I'll trade them in while he's sleeping, and buy a lens. Anyway, it's supposed to be very short to say not to be a perfectionist, but to target getting content out there. My way of doing it is adopting the I don't care philosophy when it comes to the little nitpicky things. I don't mean it in an irresponsible way, okay? I want to add that. But let me let you continue yours. I would be a terrible client.
I think I want, something I did. This is the first thing I did. That's right, Jim. This is going to be a ridiculous and awesome 2026.
Amen.
I think with my channel, with my channel that I started last year, actually I started at the end of 2024. The thing that I think really connected with the channel was the consistency and the quality and the consistency. And this is I think part of the encouragement is I had never really been consistent on producing things. I'd never been really consistent at doing that on YouTube. I've always done stuff, but I haven't been consistent. And I never really dedicated time to put out kind of the best quality that I could. Not the perfect stuff, like you said, Peter. I'm not saying put up perfect stuff. This is what my wife has taught me over the years doing the Japanese tea ceremony. The Japanese tea ceremony is about honoring your guests. And so what you do is you are the most incredible host. You become the most perfect host that you can be, from the way that you make the tea, from the way you hold the spoon, from the way that you walk into the room. Everything is done at its very best every single time. Every single time. And I've never really looked at it that way with producing my videos. And that's when I started. I thought, you know what? I'm going to dedicate some time to making this thing. So I'm going to dedicate the time to writing out, because just about everything I do is a combination of a script and a little bit of my own off script stuff. But all of my stuff that I create is from me. It's about me. It has to do with me. It's stories of my history, my childhood, my experiences. But I want to communicate it in the most effective way I can, just like my wife wants to serve tea in the most effective way she can. And so sometimes people have asked me, like, why do you, some people poo-poo, for instance, scripts. And I'm like, do you realize that when I have a husband who reads, let's just say a husband or a wife that reads an apology letter to the other, I don't let them read it off the cuff. There's no way.
What do you do with it?
I work with them for about 2 weeks to create that letter so that when they share it, it's the most effective letter that they'll ever read to their wife or their husband. So
how does it work? No, not. What's the impact when that happens?
The impact is that they're connecting with deeper parts of themselves that they would have never been able to express if they just went off the cuff. You know what I mean, off the flow, and just kind of did it in the minute. In fact, if they just would have spoken, without any preparation, they would have said things they probably would regret.
Yeah.
They would have said things afterward that oh my gosh, I should have remembered to say that. I wish I would have remembered to say this or that. I'm like, we're going to take some time because you want to give your husband or your wife the most effective amends letter that you can. And so to do that, we're going to take time. Right? We're going to take time, and we're going to consider what you're feeling, what you're experiencing. And this is the thing. You're going to consider how your partner may have experienced that. Real empathy, is that kind of work. So when I started my channel a little while ago, I started it with that mindset. I don't have time to be a full-time content creator, but I'm going to set aside a little bit of time. I'm going to commit to it. I'm going to produce the most effective thing that I can each and every time. Because here's the thing. You never know if your video is going to go kind of viral, right? You never know. You just never know. So
why don't you give a little synopsis of your, not a giant one, of the road that you took, and how this channel that you're on now is actually a form of a miracle, okay? You had 2 channels prior to this that I remember. Maybe there was more that I'm not even aware of.
I had a couple, yeah.
Okay. Then this one came out, and it was tiny. It came out with what, 20, 25 in a week? And then I turned my head and turned back. And I don't want to tell the story. You tell it. It just, something happened. What happened?
Well, here's one thing I will say, too, is YouTube gurus. Oh, I'm sick of the YouTube guru, right? I mean, you and probably everybody else is, too. Here's the thing about that. When I started my channel, I'm going to tell you right now, the reason I've never done a video of how I did it is because I don't know how the hell I did it. That's why.
I'm giving credit to
I'll never do a video on do this, do this, do this. And that's how I got to 14,000 subs in a year or something like that. That's how, nope. I don't know how the hell I did it. And you want to know something else? I'm in a weekly YouTube mentoring group, okay, from some of these YouTube people that reach out to you when your channel is growing, right? And you know what, Peter?
You have that? Okay.
Yep. And you know what, Peter? They can't tell me why either.
Huh.
They can't. You know, it's like the algorithm is the algorithm, right? Nobody's sitting there going, you know, I'm going to get Carlos to get some more views. It's the algorithm, right? So here's the thing I do know, though. We do know some things. We don't know a lot, but we do know some. And what we do know is that consistency and quality content, those two things really make a difference, right?
Yeah.
Those two things really make a difference.
So you were consistent.
Right.
I can vouch for that. You were consistent. My hand's out in the frame. You were consistent. So.
Yep. That's a big deal. I've been consistent, and I'm putting out I'm putting out stuff that I really like. You know, and I mean, if you guys ever do this, when you watch your video after it's done, you know, you watch and if you can sit back and look at your video after you're done and just go, I really like that. Like that.
Right.
That actually speaks to me. Yeah, it should speak to you because, you know, you're putting out something that you really care about, you know? And so I think,
don't go too far from that one point, because it's a point that you really don't hear from the gurus that tell you do 1, 2, 3, do ABC. I have never heard, other than I have experienced it, and now I've heard you say it. I rewatched the video with Luis Vega, Mr. Camera Junkie from. Yeah. I watched the whole damn video. It was an interesting video, and it was exactly what you're saying.
Yeah.
I wasn't very good, okay, but I didn't contribute all that much. But he just had a lot of interesting things to say, and even though he sat right here next to me, okay. I kept putting my hand on his shoulder and bumping him in the shoulder just to keep things a little comical. But then when I watched it back, I had that same feeling that you're speaking about. When you can watch your own video and you think like, dang, that was a good video. You're doing something that's coming from your heart. Okay?
Yes, exactly. Yeah. I think that means so much. It's you know, I'm the first one who has to impress me. Mm-hmm. You know, and then if anybody watches, well, that's just, you know, awesome, you know, if anybody does. But what I think is really made kind of the difference. One of the things that made the difference, I think, was, again, it was putting stuff out consistently, the most effective stuff that I could come out, that I could produce, stuff that really connected with me. And also not getting stuck, you know, under the fear, the anxiety, or the stress, you know, of.
What do you call it when somebody's very perfection, and you didn't do that either? Perfectionist.
Yeah.
You just did it.
Yeah.
You edited it. You did make a great set. Okay, so you have a good foundation. All right. And I see you went in for plastic surgery and you had your face fixed. Sure. So you look good too. Now I'm just playing with him, guys.
You've been talking to my wife lately. That's what I guess. Right. Yeah.
No, I could joke with Carlos because we know each other all the way down to our socks. So I could tease him.
All that stuff, the perfectionism, the overthinking, the black and white thinking, the catastrophic thinking. I mean, oh my God,
it builds up, doesn't it? Like scum on your shower door. You know,
for me, it was like, you know what? There have been a number of videos that I have put out that I felt like I think we were talking about a little while ago, where I'm like, I was out of focus there, or that happened, or there was some noise or something, whatever it was. And, you know, I'm like, no.
You want to borrow my bumper sticker? I don't care.
I don't care. No, but okay. So this is what I wanted to say to encourage everybody, okay? Because we're beginning of the year. If you utilize Peter's philosophy, I don't care, okay? By the way, I got to say this before I finish up. I've had people email me and say, good, great AI, because they think I'm AI. And I'm like, wow. Okay. And I've had people actually say to me, nobody talks like that. I'm like, you know what? If you actually set up an appointment with me, you'll be surprised, because I sound the same as I do on my videos. It's the same, and funny, I had a client recently reach out to me who's a Bokeh Bushido sub, but he found my therapy website. I don't know how he did it, but he found it, reached out to me, needed some help. And the first thing he said in 10 minutes, he's like, I can't believe you sound the same that you do in your videos. It's the same. Right. You have those same kind of pauses and, whatevers. And I'm like, yeah, I know. It's just weird. I'm weird. I just talk kind of strange. But what I wanted to encourage everybody to do is to think about being different. How can you be more of a transformed person in the areas that you kind of struggle, and maybe ways that sabotage your content creation by the end of this year? Like, think of it this way. This whole year is exposure therapy. Okay. Let's just say, for somebody who's afraid of flying, let's just say we're going to get on the airplane and we're going to stay on the airplane for a whole year. And when we get off the airplane next year, we're going to be different. We're going to be a different, but we're not going to be all freaked out, because we're going to do work. We're going to do work in that year's period of time. And when we get off the plane, we're going to feel like a new person, right? So kind of like, I think everybody kind of sees what I'm saying here. It's like, I really hope that we can be more advanced, more evolved, more at peace, more hopeful, more regulated, okay? More centered, more grounded by the end of this year, because of the things that we're doing throughout the year, right? And so, like what you're saying, Peter, I don't care. And I like what you said, because the I don't care, that could be apathetic. That could be like, who gives a crap, man? I don't care, whatever. That's not going to help. Right? We don't change.
That's self-centeredness, and we don't want to go in that direction. We don't change
with that apathetic, I don't care. That's not how we change. If we change, we actually surrender something to change. We let go of something to change. So I don't care is like sacrificing something. Like, here's how I see I don't care. I don't care because I'm comfortable in myself. I'm comfortable in this discomfort. I'm letting it go.
Now, I know we're talking to guys, okay?
Yeah.
So you need to help me make this so it's not mushy, but it's connected with my personality, which is a loving personality. I automatically give a person the benefit of the doubt first, okay? I'm not out there to be that country song where it's all about me, it's all about me, it's all about me. I forgot the words, but it's all about me, okay?
Yeah.
You need to connect that with the I don't care. I'm not going to I don't care. I'm going to come out and talk nasty or mean. I'm not going to be insensitive.
Right.
And you're connected with that love base also. You have a feeling and an empathy and a care about, which is why you're doing what you're doing. That I don't care has to be hooked up with the love. And I'm getting mushy. I don't mean to, but with what does the Bible say? If you don't have love, you can basically are a loud instrument, just making noise.
Yeah. I think if we really care, something I talk about a lot in my videos is giving ourselves more space to fail, having that compassion for ourselves, because we really are hard on ourselves. Like, if I asked anybody in this chat right now, what are 3 things that you hate about yourself? Everybody would, boom, done.
Just right like that. Right.
But if I ask you what are 3 things that you really are, that you feel good about? about yourself. It actually then we'll have to think, right? We'll have to think about that. And that just shows you how hard we are on ourselves. We're so hard on ourselves. We don't give ourselves more space, again, to fail. Like, we don't grow unless we fail, right? And failing can be very powerful in the change process, right? And so I would really like, so I know there are probably some people that are still who might watch this, Peter, and who might still be struggling with their content creation, and I think one of the things that I want to encourage people to think of it as is exposure therapy. Like I said, if you want to grow and change and become just a more, I want to just say a more self-aware person, then use YouTube to do it. Use your channel and the difficulties it creates, the discomfort it creates, the fears, the insecurities, all that stuff that it brings up.
Yep. As a therapy, make it a therapy. Okay.
Yeah, and I'm telling you, I'm using YouTube more and more now as a tool that I am suggesting to my clients. I'm suggesting to them two things, and I think maybe I'm a little bit more advanced in this area than a lot of therapists, and that is, we want everybody to journal, right? Journaling is such a foundation to what we do because of the way it connects with the mind, the brain, right?
It's almost like a mirror into yourself.
Yeah, and the way that it connects with certain areas of the brain is why it works so well. When we journal things out, things tend to start coming up. That's why we talk about a stream of consciousness, right? When we start writing. But here's what I'm seeing even more so in today's age, and that is vlogging. Vlogging
is a form of journaling. It's
exactly.
A form of journaling.
It's another way of journaling.
Not the full thing, but it's a part of it.
It is, because you're writing stuff out that you want to share. You're already connected, but now you're actually just recording it and you're putting it out there, and you're allowing other people to connect with it. And man, other people, believe me, you're not the only one who thinks like you do. There are a lot of people who think like you do. And they'll connect with it, whether it's the high points they'll connect with or the low points they'll connect with. But vlogging is something that I have recently been suggesting to my clients as another form of, of journaling.
That's interesting.
But, I'm just telling them, start a channel. They're like,
are they capable of doing that?
Yeah, they are. Of course they are. They have a phone. They can do it in a second if they want. So
they're on Zoom with you, right?
Exactly. They're on Zoom. They know what to do.
We're in a new world today. I'm thinking in the old world, but yeah.
So I think amazing. It because of what it creates, it really does bring up a lot of insecurity and fear and all that stuff. And so to push through it can be a great tool. You can use YouTube as a great tool to push through and to grow in some of those areas, that we really struggle with. So I really just wanted to put that out there, Peter. I mean, you show up every single week with your awesome setup. No one has, thumbs up if you agree with this. No one has a more color corrected live stream than Peter Gregg. Nobody does. Your cameras are always set up. They're color corrected perfectly.
And you notice I focus heavily on that.
I know.
And that is why I've applied the I don't care with love policy by using this camera. This is a ZV1. Yep. I don't know how many years I have had this camera. Okay. And I've never given it much respect. I mean, I've got $3,000, $4,000 cameras. What was that? A7S Mark III was $3,800. This little guy is what, $700-800, and the prices are going up. And yet, what am I doing tonight? I'm not even close to your quality, okay, and your look, but it's on a ZV1, a cheapy-weepy camera. Yep. I don't care with love. I better start saying that, because it sounds too brash the way I say it.
Yeah,
If a person
yeah.
doesn't know my personality, they're going to think I'm a smartass that doesn't give a hoot. You
Well,
know.
it's almost like saying, I'm good. I'm good.
Yeah, that's true. And I despise that. It's so self-centered. If you say that, I don't mean it against you. But I've got somebody that lives in this house. Instead of saying something nice, they'll say, I'm good. I don't
Oh, I
really
see.
care
Okay.
if
Yeah.
you're
Yeah.
good,
Yeah.
not good in being goodness, but in other words, I'm satisfied. I don't need
Right.
anything from you.
Right. Right.
How about a little thankfulness in there with it, or how
Yeah.
about a little of
Yeah.
appreciation with it? Thank you for offering me half of your hot dog. Oh, I'm good. In other words, screw off. I was think of another word. But you see how what just happened right now? It's
Huh.
how you perceive a word that you hear. And I know you probably see that day in and day out with husbands and
Yeah.
wives.
Well, I mean,
One
you
means one
associate it
thing
with
and the other
something.
one hears
Yeah.
it another way.
Right. Well, you associate it with something kind of negative. That's why it's hard for you. But
Right.
if it's a really good way to look at letting things go. I agree with you. I really do. But I gotta get running in a minute. I got a client who's coming in downstairs. But
Bring him in. Have him
I
join the
know.
show. Tell us all about yourself.
I know. You know what? I'll just leave the camera on, and we'll go back there, and
Oh, do
you
you
gotta-
actually do the services? I mean, the sessions in that room?
Yeah, this is my office.
So is it as comfortable as it looks from here? I did a whole show.
Yeah.
I did a whole show freeze framing you and actually having the people pick out how many lights you actually have in your set. And we all together started counting them. The three things, the three balls,
Right here. One. Then I got those three.
Yep, the three
Right.
balls up there. The I don't know what you call those.
One right
Globe,
here.
a lamp.
One.
Yep, that's 4.
I got one right here in the corner.
Okay, oh, let me make this full screen. Sorry. I know there's a way to do this. There we go.
There.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, so then I have my little floor light down here.
I would have missed that one.
That one is what I need to give this some contrast, right?
Yeah, what trickery is this?
Then I have one light right up here, which is just this.
Yeah.
I'll leave it right up here.
Mm-hmm.
So that gives me a nice little right here. I have this on very light, and then I have my what you can't see is I have
An
my hair
overhead.
light.
Right.
I have my hair light. I have this light. So I've got 3. I've got 3 lamps, that are hitting me right here, and that's it. But I'm a lamp guy. I don't like my lights up there. I've got these really high ceilings, these like 16-foot ceilings, but
Yeah.
I hate those lights up there. Like I'll never use them. That's why I have lamps. I love lamps. I mean, that's
When
it's
I
just
would go
warm.
into a house, which I don't do lately, to do portraits or pictures, I
Uh-huh.
immediately turn on all the lamps. Immediately. Whatever lamp you got, turn that
Yep.
sucker on. Okay?
Totally.
The
totally.
fluorescent on the ceiling, turn that thing off.
Turn off the floor. Oh, fluorescents are. I can't handle them.
Now,
Don't
in
like
my
them.
kitchen,
Don't like
I have what's called fluorescent alley. That's all I got is like 3
Yeah.
fluorescents right in a row. But you notice tonight, I'm actually speaking to the general listener right now. We did all this talking. It was about the psychological purpose of content creation,
Yep.
vlogging, looking at it as a form of. We haven't even talked about, hey, Carlos, what cameras are you using? I don't even know what cameras you're using. As long as they get in your face to me, you're in like Flynn, okay?
Yep.
So what cameras are you using?
So I'm my R8 that's my main camera, and that's all I use. So that I've been using that for a year and a half. I've been using this camera, and
Well, wait a minute. Hold on one second. You guys want to watch me enjoy myself and ban somebody? Okay. Do you see which one I'm going to ban? The next, for the second to the last one.
Oh yeah. All right. So cool, man. We've got some, testicle comment there. Cool.
Oh, since you said it, then I can say it. Okay. So this is purely satanic stuff. Okay. This person is mentally ill. They want attention. So you're right here. Carlos is a psychologist. Okay. So so I'm just going to. This person is here to get attention.
Yeah. If you want to look at like what maybe a personality disorder looks like, it's that avatar right there. That's probably
there. You go. The avatar, the name, the tarot. The tarot card is one of the most satanic spirits that you could deal with.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I have come into problems with that myself. And it's very, very powerful. They once they gain an entrance. Okay, so rather than talk about this for 10 minutes, don't get involved in tarot cards. Don't do what's the right one? Astrology. Don't do the astrology.
Just create more content. Just create content that you love.
Exactly. Stay out of the evil spirit world that we have going on. Because that will be the result, what you all just watched. Okay? So...
a lot of people are struggling with, Yeah,
that was attention-seeking. They're immature, probably a child, somebody very young.
Maybe. There's something
all
going
right,
on.
I had my fun. I banned somebody. We'll get back with what you were saying.
Hey, everybody. You got a lot of awesome people in the chat. You got the fam, everybody there.
I have fam, and I also have the fan.
Jim said something a minute ago. Just excited about this year. Yeah, me too, man. I'm excited about this year in the fact that I'm committed to being a little bit of a different person by the end of the year. That's what I'm excited about. It's like I don't have to be the same person at the end of this year that I am now. It's not that I'm unhappy with myself. It's just that I know that there's areas in my life that I want to grow. There's still areas in my life that I want to change. And I know that I can be more evolved at the end of the year if I continue to press into these things that create a lot of stress and anxiety and all that, and push through that stuff.
I have a question for you that's going to knock you off balance. Okay.
What's that?
You're telling us to be excited about this year. We should be feeling excited. You're excited.
Encouraged.
I'm happy that I made it into 2026. I don't know which one is going to be my last year. Okay. And that's not morbid. I mean, I didn't think like that when I was in my 50s. But now that I'm in my 70s, okay, we went to New Year's Eve the other night, and the baby was there. He's 4 months old, 5 months old. And I had a horrible thought. By the time he's 18, the chances are really high I'm not going to be here. That's a terrible thought.
Right.
So here's my question. Is God excited about this year?
I think God is excited about the second. I think he's excited about the next breath that he's giving me courtesy to breathe.
Amen.
So,
as you get older, you realize that's not just talking as a pastor. That's real talk.
It's true, man. I think. Look, I have a choice. I have a choice to honor the gifts that God has given me this year.
Mm-hmm.
And when we honor those gifts more, not perfectly, but when we honor them more, we experience a lot more fulfillment in our life. We experience more joy in our life. It's like, so I do believe that God wants us to experience that, but I also think that he's not going to force us to be good stewards of the gifts that he's given us. Like, we have to use them, and to use them, we're going to have to sacrifice our fears, insecurities, and et cetera, and all that stuff that gets in the way, and so I'm encouraged because of just because of the fact that I'm alive, I am breathing, I'm focusing on the incredible blessings in my life, and when I'm talking about blessings, I'm just talking about, that I do have the gift of being present today. It's like I know a lot of people. I have a friend who just went in for, he just had a heart attack, went in for heart surgery. You know what I mean? It's like, we don't know. Like you said, Peter, we don't know.
We don't
so
know.
I'm just so thankful today that, again, I can be present, and I can be, in the things that I'm doing with my clients, with my content creation, with other things in my life. Obviously, the most important to me outside of my ability to be present in my faith is also my ability to be present with my wife. So I'm very grateful that of a lot of those things. We just came back from Joshua Tree. I recorded a couple of videos when we were in Joshua Tree out in the desert near Palm Springs. And
where are those going to go?
Where the videos?
Yeah. Are they going up on a channel? Are they?
Yeah, they already went up. They went up like last week or something like that, week or so ago. So I recorded 2 or 3 of them, and I put them up. A couple of them were outside, and it's just so beautiful out there. It's just so gorgeous. But as people go to that part of California to stargaze, right? Because there is no light pollution down there. And so when you're sitting out there underneath the stars, I mean, how can you not?
And yet they do. Yet they do. Okay.
I know. But it's like I'm sitting there, my wife and I are sitting there, and we're just like, we're so blessed. I mean, not because we're able to do this. We're so blessed because of this whole thing that we're a part of. Like, we're so blessed that we are, and this is, just my own, not my own opinion, but connected to my own faith, is I really believe that, when I look up at the sky and I look up at the stars, it's kind of like Hugh Ross, who are, the astrophysicist, the Christian astrophysicist. He's like, how I came to know Christ? By trying to disprove him. By searching. How
many times have you heard that story? I went to disprove that God exists, and they become the best Christians in the world. And
it's kind of like that with my wife, and we're going, this is amazing. It's amazing, So look, again, I started by saying it is so easy for us to focus on our negative because of negativity bias, and it's just so easy to do that. We start doing that at such an early age. And as we get older, it gets a lot easier to neglect the positive things. And there are many. Even if you feel like there isn't, there is. There are a lot of positive things. I had somebody the other day who said he doesn't believe anybody loves him. He says, I really don't believe anyone loves me. Nobody. Well, so you're saying your family, your parents don't love you? Your sister doesn't love you? Your family doesn't love you? Like all of these things, so nobody loves you. No. They love me because they have to. Okay.
Oh,
right.
So it's conditional. I want a certain kind of love.
Yeah. This is the point I'm trying to make, though. With that is, they are so stuck in that negativity that they now actually have a belief system that they are unloved, that they are unaccepted, that they are unworthy, right? And it's going to be really hard to come out of that, but they can. It just gets, the harder we get sucked into that vortex of victimhood, the harder it is to get out. But we can, but we're going to have to really lock into the blessings and the positive things that are real, right? Real. For instance, I don't know.
Yes,
I use this in some of my videos sometimes, with my clients as well. A lot of the times, I take this idea of a football team. This is why I would be a terrible football coach. I'd be a horrible coach. The reason why is because I'm a Monday morning quarterback. You know what I would do? If my team goes in 2 touchdowns down at halftime, you know what I would do? I'd take out everybody. I would replace the quarterback, replace the running back, replace all the wideouts. Everybody needs to be replaced because we suck and we're losing and we're not going to win unless we change all the plays and everything else. But that's not what they do, right? When a team goes in 2 touchdowns down,
they try harder.
They use halftime to get straight. Somebody gets into their head and they get them grounded, and they get them to remember, we've practiced for these guys all week.
That's right.
We've trained for these guys all week. We've watched hours and hours of film on these guys all week. It's not the plays that are the problem. The problem is we're not executing the way we should.
The performance.
That's it. It's not that we're doing anything. It's not that the plays are bad. We are not executing as well as they are. So sometimes when a team like that comes out of halftime and they end up winning the game, it's because everybody just executes better. The plays stay the same. The quarterback's still in. The wideouts, the running backs, the O-line, the D-line, they're all the same. Nobody changes. But they just execute better. The quarterback executes better. The wideouts execute better. The O-line is executing. They're opening up gaps better, protecting their players better. And maybe that's what we can focus on this year is let's just execute more effectively the tools that we already have. We don't need another gadget. We don't need the camera. We don't need another whatever. We don't. We just need to execute with what we have. That's it. Right. That's all I want to say, Peter. Okay, I'm going to shut up now. Okay.
Boy, you're a little turned up tonight. Your energy level is the volume. Somebody turn it up just a little bit. But you just answered the age-old question that I have tried to explain to people 1,000 times.
Yeah.
Well, how can, as a Christian, how can I pray for this team to win when there's just as many Christians on the other team? Well, you don't pray for them to win. You pray that the blessing comes on them, that they can execute what they know. They can make the contact that they need to make. And you could pray that blessing on your team without hurting the other team. Yeah. Okay? Like you said, the reason that they're failing is they've practiced, they've been through the drills, they've been through the plays, the playbooks they've been yelled at them. They're just not doing the performing.
That's right.
So you could pray for a team in a Christian way, okay, by praying for them to do what they know to do. So if they really did fail to practice, it's on them, okay? But I don't think at that dollar level that they're getting paid that they failed to practice. If they did, that would be quite a story, all right? So that is how you could pray when you're praying for a team. You could pray for them. Don't just pray for them to win. God's not on one team's side over another team's side. The other guy, the quarterback, could very well be a born-again, Bible-believing Christian. What are you going to do? Pray he fails?
Well, you know what I think of is how many of us have the tools to go live? How many of us have the tools to record content? How many of us have the tools to put something together, to do all the things that we need to do to actually create and post and produce? It's like most of us have the tools. In fact, most of us have more than we need. Most of us do. Most of us have way more than we actually need to begin to produce things more consistently, and with more.
I'm looking at all the names that I know in here.
Yeah.
Okay. They all have the tools.
Oh, yeah, they all do.
One of our buddies actually has a brand new Sony A7 Mark V. And he's praying right now, please don't say my name. Please don't say my name. Well, I'm not. Don't worry. All right. But, I mean, I don't have a brand new Sony A7 Mark V. Okay. But they do. And, yes, they do make videos. So they do get it up there. But the point is answering your statement. How many people in here have the capability of either recording or going live? Yep. And you, personally, I watched you make that transition from nothing to bigger than probably everybody in this room, maybe even all together. Okay? So I don't know why you're even talking to me. You're like way up here and I'm way down here. Okay? But it's love. You don't want to see me get stomped out on the sidewalk. So you come in and you give me a pick-me-up. Look, Carlos says no. what he's listening to right now. You can see from his eyes. No, what I'm saying is you are a success story that others want to be, okay? But it's partially a blessing from the Lord, okay? So you can't
No,
take
it
all the
is.
credit.
It is.
If you are taking all
Absolutely.
the credit,
Yeah.
it's not the smartest thing to do,
Yeah.
okay? You were in the right place at the right time. You know, how
Yeah.
often have we heard that? You know, so
Well, again, all I know, I was telling my wife this the other day, all I know is that I'm producing things that I like.
and it shows.
And the rest of it
Okay.
can do whatever it does. Whether
Yep.
somebody watches or not, that's, I wanted to make, so I want people to watch what I'm producing because I think it could be helpful. It's helpful for me. I think it would be helpful for you. And so when I'm creating a thumbnail, I'm also keeping that in mind. I'm wanting to create something. Everything I create is the best I can with what I have, with the time that I have. I don't have all the time in the world. I'm not, again, I'm not a content creator all day long producing, and I don't have a Patreon, and I don't have all that stuff. Buy me a coffee. I have clients that I have to see all day. So
I heard your bell. Did somebody walk in?
no, not yet. But
Oh,
when I
okay.
have, they're actually running late right now. They told me. So, but whenever I have some time, I have something I want to create. I start putting together a script. Like, I want to say this. I want to say this. I want to put this together. How can I communicate that better? Because what do I really mean by that? Whatever. And when I'm done, record,
Yep.
go. And it's just wild. There are a few people that I started connecting with when I started my channel in late 2024 that I'm like, wow, if you keep doing this, you're going to kill it, because they just had such interesting stuff they were talking about, and they were interesting people. 90% of all those people that started when I did in late 2024 are gone.
Yeah.
They're gone. And I'm like, what I could see in them was like, oh man, I think what they could have done, the potential that they had was pretty amazing, right? And so, I mean, I just think here's something I've thought about recently too, is for a lot of guys, for a lot of people that are thinking about something that you can do later in your life as you move through, like golfing. A lot of guys out at the golf course, because you can kind of do that. It's a low impact sport. You can do that for a long time. This you can do like that too. You can do YouTube forever. I mean, some guys. I know what's
Look at
his
my
name?
age, and I'm doing YouTube.
And you're doing
know?
it. I know guys who were in their early 80s who are doing it. And they're loving it. They're like, this is amazing. Yeah. It can be a lot of fun.
It can be fun. It can be therapy. You get to express yourself. Like, I have a channel that nobody in this room knows about because I express my opinions. I wanted to call it the hard questions, okay? Like, I don't even want to name the questions. But I get to be myself, and it's going nowhere, all right? But I have a satisfaction of being able to express myself. So who's getting the therapy? It's me.
Well, I want to say, Jim, it should be on your bucket list, man. And when you come out here and you ever come out, you want to come down Joshua Tree, let me know, and I got a couple of really cool places there that I always go to, that I always stay at, where we can take some great shots, that astrophotography. I mean, that's where everybody goes, at least here, who live here, everybody goes down there to do that. So, and everybody else, make this an awesome year, right? It's our choice, no matter what, by the way, no matter what.
It's greatly in your hands for that to happen.
That's right. And it doesn't have to depend or rely on circumstances either. Correct. I know people who are in stages of their life where things are really hard, but for some reason they're grounded and they're at peace. How is that? How's that possible? Well, that's because their joy doesn't rely and depend on their circumstances. It's pretty radical, right? So, Peter, I love you, man. Thank you for allowing me to come on with you.
You guys need to know I had no clue Carlos was coming in tonight. Not even, he just showed up, and I was surprised because I was actually thinking like, doesn't he love me anymore? You know,
I miss you, man. It's just been crazy. Just been crazy.
You must be very, very busy.
Yeah.
But I'm so glad that you came in. So you could say Happy New Year to everybody, and then what time is your client coming? And is in an hour or half an hour?
Yeah, no, they're now waiting downstairs, so I'm going to go down there and get them.
Okay.
So Happy New Year, everybody. Make this an awesome one, right?
Amen.
Okay, Peter. We'll talk soon, Peter.
All right. God bless you. Do me a favor. Tell Meg specifically I say a big, big hello just to her. And I wish her a happy 2026 as well as you, of course.
Awesome.
And your dog and your cat.
Yeah.
Or whatever you got there.
All right. See you, Peter.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye.
And there he goes, ladies and gentlemen. You're stuck with me. Sorry. Okay. But that was a lively conversation. So let's start at the end. Okay. And work our way up, and then we'll sign off for this week. So King is saying camping at Joshua Tree is awesome for astrophotography and make every day better than the one before. Enjoy, smile, laugh. Randy saying goodbye to Carlos. Okay. Roy is talking to King Tut. Here's Mook. Hi, Mook. Happy New Year, everybody. Oh, I put the link because you asked last week and I, for some reason, didn't answer. I put the link for the bread in the description and the thing down there at the bottom. So I don't know what I put up and what I haven't. So we'll go to the person that I banned. Okay, I know that I said hi to Jim because he said something very powerful. And King is talking to Roy, and Roy is talking to King. Roy is talking to King. King is talking. Well, gee, God, why don't you guys break off into a separate room? We don't have that here, right? Okay, so here we go. Thumbs up. Thumbs well up. And, that's when Carlos was talking about the thumbs up, right? And Woody's giving a thumbs up. And do we have thumbs up? Yeah, we got 13 thumbs up. Boy, I'm proud of you guys. You did so good. And here is Sammy. Sammy saying hello. I talking to Sammy this week on the phone a few times. He's involved in a project in a film that's going to be coming out. It's going to be in the theaters in June. And guess who did the photography with their camera? And let me tell you what camera it was. So a whole film is being recorded by Sammy on Sammy's RX30. And he's involved with friends. Some of them you know. Some of them you don't know. But we'll keep an eye out for that because there'll be a trailer that's going to go up on YouTube and stuff like that. Now, I won't play a scary horror picture trailer, but Sammy can list it. He's got a wrench, so he can list it if he wants you to see it. But I'm excited because Sammy did all the recording, okay, and then other people will be involved to do editing and sound, the writing. They're all his group of friends. It's a wonderful thing to see when they work together. And the interesting thing is it's not just for YouTube. This is going to be a film that's going to actually be shown in a theater. Okay? A real go, sit down, buy some popcorn, theater. And our buddy, my friend, who I love so much, is very deeply involved. I have seen some of the photography, the cinematography that he's done. And it's doing a great job. Okay, so, all right, there's the person that I banned. And then I guess we can continue on from there. So King is talking to Roy. Roy is talking to King. Patty has stepped in to protect me in a spiritual prayer. That those are evil spirits that try to destroy us, but they just make themselves look like idiots, you know. But nevertheless, perfect Christian reaction. She stepped right in with prayer. Boom, boom, boom. And she used the name of Jesus, and she bound up whatever spirit that's trying to come against the channel or against me. That's a Christian sister. Amen. Give me a high five, Patty. There we go. Now, Patty is Hal's mom. And so hi to Hal and Debbie, his wife, and his mom. She has come in here. And now, isn't that great? We get whole families that come in. And they're beautiful, loving families. And the loving part, let's put quotations around that. So King and Roy are having a conversation. Okay, and I put that up. Randy is talking about the person I banned. I'm not going to give them any more airtime, Randy. That was enough. I banned them, and they're gone. They go bye-bye. Goodbye. Let's see. So, Sammy, how was everybody's New Year's? How was your New Year's? You live up in the New York, Jersey area. It's cold. Okay, so Roy says New Year's fireworks in Melbourne were disappointing. Oh, there was a mist in the air. That can happen. You know which one I saw? Two of them that really were beautiful. I saw the one, and I never say it right, the Beige Khalifa, the Beige Khalifa in Dubai. That big building. Boy, they did a job. If you want to see some great fireworks, where the fireworks were coming out from that's the tallest, one of the tallest buildings in the world. Might be the tallest for all I know. Okay, so the building is tall, and there's fireworks not being shot from the ground. They were shooting out of the building. It was so beautiful. So get the right name for that building. It's the I think Beige Khalifa. Okay, it's in Dubai, the tallest building in Dubai. And the other one that I saw that was gorgeous was from Disney World. They can do fireworks. They do it wonderful. Okay, so Sammy's singing along when I was going, it's all about me, it's all about me. No one say, no, it wasn't Sandy. I mean, it wasn't Randy. Okay. So, when Hal doesn't do my videos, I use my iPhone, and it does just fine. So Hal's mom is involved in making videos. So Carlos is exactly correct. All of us in here, or if not all, most, are able to get in there and make videos. And here's the king of making videos. That's because I spend more time doing YouTube and don't know better. Well, sometimes it's better not to know. Okay. So here's Randy doing, when I was working, I would do car vlogs when he was still on his job to test out cameras. I can always find time to do stuff. Just remember that priorities have to be done first. Laundry, eating, mowing the grass. Well, I think going to the potty would be first, then eating, then laundry. Mowing the grass? Oh, I think it's down here. I actually, I'm making fun of it because it's what a guy does. But I find mowing the grass can be very relaxing. I get to do my walking exercise. It's a what do you call it? Self-propelled lawnmower. And I just walk. And I try to remember to put the earbuds. Oh, I don't have to have them in now. Carlos is not on. Oh, I can suddenly hear. Okay, let's make sure that my cheek mic, this is the cheek mic, okay, is in the right position. So I can wrap this up. When I have these in, I can't hear anything in the room. All right. As a matter of fact, we can also set the cameras free so that they can rotate. I kind of like the look of that. All right. So we'll start off with you, the A7C Mark II. What a nice picture. Tell me that ain't a nice picture. That camera could just do it. Do it, baby. It could just do it, and it does a great job. So that's the A7C Mark II. I'm happy with the cameras that we got in here. And now that I set them free, we'll continue going down. King says, I don't think anyone is cranking out content as fast as Uncle Peter. Uncle Peter, that's a term of love. Thank you so much. Okay, but I tell you, Randy puts out more videos than I do. He might put 4 out in one day. If he thinks about it, it's in a video. That's Randy. Okay. So, Mookie is here. Where is he? There he is. Okay. I almost lost you, Mook. Happy New Year, everybody. Love you so much, Mookie. Thank you for being in here. And Randy is saying goodbye to Carlos. So now he's got, I think he said he was going to let them in. So if he's letting them in, that means the couch. Randy is doing the couch. I don't know if they do that anymore, but years ago in the movies, it was always on the couch. So Roy is talking to King, and here's Sammy. Sammy, I don't know if you're still with us, but I told everybody how proud I am because you are the DP. Are you the DP? Well, you're the ace, right? You're the one that's doing all the filming on this new movie that's going to be in the theaters, okay? And Sammy will keep us informed when we can, see more and stuff like that. And if you're going to be in that part of town, the country, so Sammy is going to Las Vegas. Well, you have to visit May when you go there. She needs you. May needs you. Okay? I made some more fresh bread today. Boy, that stuff is God, not I. See? It's not I, it's God. God has been blessing me and manipulating me, okay, into creating and massaging this recipe where the bread is, I can't just eat 1 or 2 slices of bread. I want more. Oh my God, what's wrong with me? Okay, but it is healthy because it's fresh milled wheat. Okay, so the fresh milled wheat has 3 parts. The endosperm, which is where the starch is. That's the part that when all the processed flour that you see on the grocery store, even if it says whole wheat and all that, it's all got everything stripped out except the starch. And that actually is called the endosperm. Then you have the bran. That's where the fiber is. They take that out because it spoils very quickly. After 2 hours, it will start to oxidize. And oxidization, oxidization actually starts destroying the vitamins, and that would be in the bran, okay? Then you have the germ, vitamin E, vitamin Bs. That's God create. That's the wheat that God wants us to eat. He doesn't want us to eat, the Pillsbury flour. That's so processed that it's just emptiness. And we eat that and then wonder why we're sick. So I've been making the bread, and then I ran out, and this morning I got up early. I don't know why. Okay. So I went in the kitchen. I turned on the mill. That's the thing goes, zzz, sounds like a vacuum cleaner. You put the whole wheat grain in there, the berries. They're called wheat berries. So I use hard white wheat. If you know anything about white wheat, you've got hard red, you've got hard white, you've got kamut, you've got einkorn, okay? And then you've got the pastry flours, which are wheat, which are soft white, okay? And each one has a different purpose. So I use the hard white because I'm making a yeast bread, meaning it needs to rise, and then I bake it. Should have taken a picture of it so I could show it to you. So Sammy's going to, I was going to say LA, but Las Vegas. Peter's bread is very good. And Randy says, thank you for coming. Remember to give a like. He wants me to go to bed. Okay. Almost at the end, Randy. Put it at the bottom there, and then we'll go out with your saying. So King and Roy are having their little conversation. Oh, Sammy is sharing the trailer. Here is the trailer, guys. So Sammy is sharing the trailer, so you could go see. Now, what you need to remember, okay, is that whatever you see, Sammy filmed it, okay? And he filmed it on a cage he built out on his RX30, because the RX30 is very heavily a video camera besides taking pictures. So there is the link. So I have it, so when this comes back up again, they're going to take this down, the chat, and you'll be able to come back and get this probably in about 48 hours after I go off the air here. Okay. And he wants you to check it out. If you want to check it out, that is the link, and you could see his work. Now, this doesn't mean you have to like the story, okay? This means he's part of the family. We love him, okay? And then some of his friends are in it too, and if they're Sammy's friends, they got to be good people, so that's what we want. And we want it to be a success. And when it goes in the theater, if you sit down and you're chomping on your popcorn, you're going to see Sammy Superstar, I don't know what name he puts up there, is the videographer. So we can be proud of one of our own, okay? And Sammy says you could check out the Instagram. There's the link on the Instagram. Okay, so you could see it there if that's the software that you use. Okay, so what the heck is Roy and King talking about? I have one side facing the city and the other side is trees. Oh, so they're really into a personal, private conversation. Help yourselves, guys. That's great. I think it's terrific. This is what the Olympus looks like. Not a bad-looking camera, right? And I got that Leica Noctagon, whatever, Noctronicon, blah, blah, all right, at 1.2 on here. So it's doing a really good job. So we're going from micro four thirds to a 1-inch sensor right here. But the picture, still mighty nice. That looks a little low. Let's see if I can fix that. I feel like I'm slumping. Can I go up? Nope, that's not up. That's up. See how I like my head up near the top. Otherwise, you look... It's not the way you would look at things in real life. Okay, so Phil is here. Love you, Phil. Happy New Year. Happy New Year to you. May God's best blessings, prosperity, protection, all be on you, starting from now. For all of you, I pray that in Jesus' name. Roy says, I'd make videos, but I'd have to replace me. Oh, but you're the star, Roy. You're the star. We come to see you. Woody says, the Washington Monument was lit up beautifully on New Year's Eve. Oh, I'll have to look that up. I love the lighting and stuff that comes from New Year's. It's really, really very beautiful. I appreciate that. Okay. Roy says, a small group of kangaroos that eat the grass. I need more kangaroos. So King is talking to Roy, and I bet you $1. Yep, Roy is talking to King. Okay. Just an FYI, I have the FX30. Okay. We know that. I said that. Good for you, Sammy. It's a good camera. As a matter of fact, if somebody actually buys this one, the A7C, because I have to take it down because I'd like to keep it. But if I was going to replace this guy, there's only two real contenders. One is the FX30, the one that Sammy's got, and the other one is the E10 Mark II. So the reason the E10 Mark II is in the running, it's almost a carbon copy of the FX30, the sensors and all that stuff. Doesn't have the fan, doesn't have everything for the video, but the camera that's on the tripod stays there. So I have, this is what I walk around with. This is a 10-18 Sony G lens f4, but it's on an FX2, and you know, the more I use the FX2 body, the more I love it. I love it. I can highly recommend it to anybody that's not mentally entrenched in a camera that's what they're hot for. This is the #1 camera to get. Okay. The other thing that you would look at is the Nikon ZR. Between the two of them, I would definitely go with the FX2. All right, the Sony FX2. But there's some really strong advantages to the Nikon ZR. And those advantages are, there's some disadvantages too. Like the joystick, I don't like the joystick. Okay, and I say that strongly. Okay, this joystick is up here on the top. It's quite small, but when I push down, it takes the command. When I push down on the ZR, you don't know what's going to happen. It might actually trip it to the left or to the right, you know, forward or backwards, because it is the weirdest joystick I have ever experienced. The thumbs down on the joystick. But the camera's got 32-bit float audio, and that's quite important, especially when you're doing work like Sammy. You don't have a second chance to record the audio. So if you use float 32-bit float, okay, if you've over-modulating, meaning it's pinged, okay, the meters and stuff, you could back off on it, and it's like raw. You can salvage it, okay? So King and Roy are talking, and King is saying the flower is not what it used to be. Procter and Gamble, I think he's talking about. None of it, even the King Arthur flower. It's all stripped out. That's the problem. They didn't, it's not a bad thing, it's just a nothing. Okay, so when I make the bread, I take the wheat berries that you would get off the field, I put them in the mill, and it comes out. I make bread with it right then and there. I don't even run the mill the day before. I don't even run it hours before. I measure the ingredients, okay, which my bread is very clean, organic stuff. Milk, eggs, butter, honey, milled wheat, and yeast. 7 is the big 7. There's a few other things in there. Secret. Shh, don't tell anybody. All right? So I got to do it here because the microphone's here. Shh, don't tell anybody. So I got talking. Last time I had bread in America, it was really sweet and sugary. Okay. That's interesting. Roy's talking to King. And I bet you King is talking to Roy. Thank you for coming. Remember to give a like. Let me put a star there so I can come back up there. We'll go out on that one. Randy says something about 2026, the movie from Sammy. Oh, yeah, that's the name of the movie. UJIN or UJNE. So the link's here for 2 different places. For YouTube, which is what we're on now, YouTube, okay, and Instagram. So you can see Sammy's artistry. Doesn't matter if you don't like what the movie is even about, okay? It's the artistry. This is coming out from my ear. Okay. That needs to be a little bit longer. And I'm a little guy, so... Oh, I know what happened. It shifted. There we go. So now, you guys are hearing me just fine, right? Ba 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 ba. So King and Roy are talking to each other, but King is saying something that's actually pretty important. I'll butt in on that conversation. Everything in America has sugar. Even the sugar has sugar. Can't taste anything but sweet. And you know, I crave that sugar. I'm not saying that in a nasty way. I'll get up or I'll lay down and I want a donut. I want some ice cream. I want a chocolate. The Hershey's chocolate bar with almonds. Oh, I think I can eat 4 of them. You think there's any sugar in there? June 2026. The trailer is 1 minute and 11 seconds long, so it's not that long. You guys can go look at it. So the link is here. Roy says the new Noct is 0.95. Okay, he sold his vintage one. Okay, so this one here fits on the Micro Four Thirds standard on him. So you're actually looking at a Micro Four Thirds sensor. Look at the background where the tree is, right? It's really remarkable that you can accomplish that on a Micro Four Thirds, but you can. Okay, so the ZR power button light doesn't stay on, and I need an EVF. Oh, they'll make a custom one for you, Roy. No problem. 3,200,000. You have to buy the company. My favorite Sony is the F55, and second place is Venice. Venice is good. Those are the only ones that I have. Well, you have some good ones there, King. Very good. It's a nice camera. Even Sammy agrees. The F55. Woo! That's such a nice camera. Roy says, I wish I bought a 6000 series Sony instead of the 7Z Nikon. Yeah, well, you would have made a good choice. Sony makes a good camera, even if you don't like it. They make a good camera. Okay. He posted it twice. So Sammy says, this isn't my movie. This is one of my very close friend. Hannah is his close friend. It's Hannah's film. So he writes down that's her film. But Sammy was involved. He did the videography on his trusty, fantastic FX30. Yes, sirree. So this is an advertisement for Sammy. We love Sammy. Sammy says, I don't do the directing or the writing. I just do the filming. That's one of the easiest roles. But you do it so well. Honestly, you do. Okay. So now look at the tree. Okay. How sharp it is. This is on a 1-inch sensor, the ZV1. See in the upper right-hand corner? So the lens is the Zeiss lens. I should put that in there, right? It's the Zeiss lens. I should put Zeiss zoom lens. That would be better. You don't have to edit, just film. That's it. So that's it. He just doesn't do the editing. He just does the filming. I don't even remember the last time I edited a video. Well, you were supposed to edit mine, but you never did it. But it's up already now. It's a very nice one. Depth of field does not change with sensor size. The depth of field... what's the right words here? The depth of field perception does change. Okay. However, the actual depth of field doesn't change at all. A lens is a lens is a lens is a lens. Okay. That's what the school has as the higher end cameras. Okay, so he's getting the cameras at the school. King is talking to Roy, and Roy is talking to depth of field. Only changes with aperture and distance. Yep, he is correct on that. And on that, folks, we are on the A7C Mark II. We're ready to say good night. We have started 2026. Hurrah, hurrah. We had our first guest this year. That was one of the best in the planet, and that's Carlos. He came in to say hi. He loves all of you guys, and he is a very loving guy. He really is. But you want to know something? You're not going to slip any tricks past him. He's a psychologist. He's a therapist. He's a mental practitioner. He knows. And he'll smile when he knows you're bullshitting. And you think, oh, I got one over on him. No, you're not. He is very, very smart. All right, I have to say that this chair was actually pretty comfortable. Okay. I can actually put my butt back and lean back a little bit, and I feel comfortable. Yeah, I am wearing a jacket because I am, it's chilly in here. The room, the concrete floor, the concrete walls got cold, so it's projecting coldness, even though, what's the temperature outside right now? Let's go in and take a look. All right, so 55 degrees here. Doesn't have a feels like. All right, so it's heading 5 more degrees, and we'll be at the 49, 6 more for the projected low for the Miami area. All right, so Randy's actually got warmer weather in San Antonio than I have here in Miami. So that's the way it is. All right, we had another show. Did you enjoy yourself tonight? If you're watching this on the rewind, I hope you have a good time. Just sit back and relax and enjoy it. This is good radio, as they say. WWWWW. Coming to you live from Miami, Florida. This is Peter Gregg with the Peter Gregg Live Show. Now I'm acting like I am a radio announcer. All right, guys. Thank you for being here. I love you and appreciate you guys and all that good stuff. Say a prayer for me. I need the prayers, and I will pray for you. Whether you like it or not, I'll pray that God's best is on you for 2026. All right. Bye-bye and good night.